चल हो जा शुरू।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
And we are getting you more on the NEET scam, where the Patna police this time has recovered burnt NEET question paper. The Patna police students, I beg your pardon, the Patna police has said that students were taken to school and shown the question paper. This was on the 4th of May, is the date on the question paper, and the students confessed to the crime. The burnt question paper that had a registered serial number, and these students who were taken to the school a day before the NEET exams. More cases of paper leak and corruption that are now coming to light. First Godhra, now Patna. In just a matter of a few minutes, where we are now learning how the paper was certainly leaked. It is a burnt question paper that was accessed by the Patna police. Those pictures on your screens of how the paper was leaked, and students involved in this cheating have confessed to the crime. They have said that the paper was leaked because this is the question paper dated 4th of May that had a registered serial number. And the students have admitted that they were taken to the school a day before the NEET exams. The story that is getting bigger with every passing day. We've seen how NTA has admitted to its error in the top court. The top court has pulled up the NTA on the way that NEET is conducted and the malpractices that are being alleged. And in the very latest, we are getting you those pictures from Patna, where a burnt NEET question paper was found. Let me cut across to Prakash, who's joining us on the broadcast. Prakash, first Godhra, now Patna. It is getting very clear that all these allegations of paper leak, of corruption within conducting NEET is now out there. And it is time that the government smells the coffee, because the Education Ministry has been defending NTA so far. Although we just heard from Dharmendra Pradhan, who said that yes, it will be a transparent system and we will take all of this into account. But how do you see the matter now moving to the next step?
Well, I've reached here at this location called Learn Play School and Learn Boys Hostel, and this is on the outskirts of Patna, around 35-40 kilometers away from the main town of Patna. And this, you can see, this new residential area is coming up, and it gives the look of a village, and it's in the remote area of Patna. And this is where we are told, according to the FIR mentioned in the Patna Police's FIR, that on 5th of May, the Patna Police SHO, the Sastri Nagar SHO, got an information that a paper has been leaked pertaining to the NEET medical exam. And thereafter, they started looking for people, and they arrested 4 people, namely Sikandar Yadavindu and 3 others. And on the basis of interrogation with them, the police came to the fore that 4 students were appearing in the DAB BSCB in Patna. And the admit photocopy of the admit cards were recovered and on the basis of that, on that very day, the Patna police reached that particular center and interrogated that particular student called Ayush Raj, whose photocopy of the admit card was recovered. And Ayush Raj later on confirmed that a day before the exam, he, along with his 4 friends and 10-15 others, were brought to this school in the remotest part of Patna to mug up the entire question paper. So this is one proof, blatant proof that the question papers were leaked. And the pictures which we are seeing on the television screen of the burnt paper has been recovered by the EOU, Patna EOU, from this particular place in the remotest part of Patna. And it has the serial number as well. The students have confessed that they were mugged, they were asked to mug up the entire question paper and answers, and the same set of questions appeared in the NEET exams on the 5th of May. So there are corroborative evidences to it, and one fails to understand how on earth it is not a question paper leak, and on what basis the examination is not being cancelled, because there are certain section of the students who were benefited with this exam, and that is why the cutoff marks in the NEET medical exam has shot up abnormally, and thereby disallowing the meritorious students to be ranked below, and they are at loggerheads despite all their attempts, despite sacrifices made by their parents. Now, we'll show in the visuals of this particular Learn Boys play school where the question paper, the students were brought in, and this is what the Patna Police EOU has written to the NTA, suggesting, asking them about the details of the residential address of all those students. I'm joined by one of the eyewitness also. ये बताइए, पुलिस यहाँ आई थी?
जी जरूर।
कब आई थी?
वही लमसम एग्जाम के बाद ही
आई थी। यहाँ पर जला हुआ पेपर भी मिला हाथ में।
कुछ लोग क्या क्या देखे वो अपना
मिले।
कुछ मैंने उनको कुछ मैंने ऐसा कुछ नहीं मिला।
कहाँ पर दिखाई?
नीचे में वो लोग थे।
हाँ, नीचे में। कहाँ पे?
इसी रूम में रेंट पर आए थे।
हाँ,
जी
इस रूम में।
हाँ
अच्छा, इस रूम में
रेंट पर यहीं पर आए थे लोग।
ये रेंट पर आए थे वो लोग जो सेटर थे।
जी।
तो so namely this gang was led by Sanjeev Singh, Nitish Kumar, Amit Anand, and one of this person was accused in the BPSC paper leak exam. तो इस रूम में बैठ के वो लोग रटवाया बच्चों को।
हम तो देखा नहीं।
देखा नहीं, लेकिन इस रूम में आए थे।
मैं हाँ इसी रूम में वो लोग
पेपर
रहे।
मिला यहाँ से।
हाँ वो क्या मिला नहीं मिला तो पुलिस ही बता सकते हैं।
बच्चों को भी लाए थे?
बच्चे का रिपोर्ट है लेकिन हम नहीं देख पाए थे।
आप देख नहीं?
हम नहीं देख पाए थे।
और एक दिन पहले बच्चे जब आए थे तो आप देखे थे यहाँ?
बच्चे को हम नहीं देख पाए थे।
नहीं, लेकिन आपको जानकारी मिली?
हाँ जानकारी मिली। ये जब रह करके हम अपना गौ सेवा में
कहाँ गई पुलिस?
हाँ यहीं पर होकर के लोग चले गए। और
इसी दोनों कमरे?
हाँ मैंने इसी मकान से होकर के लोग चले गए।
अच्छा, छत वत पे नहीं गए?
हाँ भगवान जाने कुछ गए होंगे, ऐसा कोई बात नहीं है कि ना गए होंगे।
अच्छा,
छत पर गए क्या होंगे?
यहाँ पर कितने बच्चे थे?
बच्चे हम नहीं देख सके सर। हम बच्चे नहीं देख सकते।
ये लोग कौन है जो रहते हैं?
ये रेंटर है।
रेंटर?
जी।
ये मकान किसी और का?
हाँ किसी और का है।
तो आपको लग रहा है कि इसमें गड़बड़ी हुई?
अब वास्तविकता सर जो है किसी चीज को जला दिया गया तो जब तक वो हो हम लोग पढ़ नहीं पाते तो कैसे समझते कि जो है।
पुलिस ने रिकवर किया है। सो ही इज वन ऑफ द नेबर्स बट ही हैज सीन certain aspects of it, so we'll try and get in some more voices also, the people who are living here. ये बताइए, पुलिस आई थी सर यहाँ पे?
हम नहीं यहाँ थे, हम तो गांव रहते हैं।
अच्छा, गांव रहते हैं।
हम
लेकिन आपको जानकारी मिली?
जानकारी पेपर के माध्यम से मिला।
पुलिस आई थी?
25 के पेपर में हम देखे तो ऐसी घटना घटी।
आपको कोई जानकारी है?
हमको कोई जानकारी।
कहाँ रहते हैं?
हम तो रहते हैं यहीं, लेकिन ज़्यादातर गांव रहते हैं।
गांव जाते हैं? कहाँ गांव है?
भेड़गांवा गांव है।
तो कुछ बाद में जानकारी मिली आपको? क्या?
ना हमको कुछ नहीं।
So this is one glaring example, and we have reached at this particular spot where the students were brought in, maybe 15-20 in numbers according to the FIRs, and this entire question paper leak can get even more bigger because the burnt question paper which we are showing on the television screen is from this particular place where the police recovered it, and it's in the hands of the EOU officials. So we do not need any more proof. And there are substantial glaring examples as well pertaining to the grace marks, pertaining to the windows that was opened on 9th and 10th April for the resubmission of the examination form. And also, if you look at the question papers, 180 question papers multiplied by 4 is 720 marks. And if you make one negative, if you make one mistake, then the maximum number you can get is 715. And if you do not make a mistake and if you leave a question, then you get 716. And if you do all questions right, then you get 720. Then there is no question of getting 717, 18, 719, which the NTA have provided to the students. So this is also one of the loopholes of the NTA, and that needs to be answered. So the life of the lakhs of students from rural hinterland of various parts of the country whose parents sacrifice a lot have been compromised. I guess this question paper leak, the Supreme Court should intervene and cancel the examination as soon as possible. It is not only about 1563 students appearing, those who have got grace marks or those who have got 720, and re-examination should take place, because at this particular place the students were brought in according to the police FIR, and the Patna police has written to the NTA, sent several reminders asking for the residential address, postal address of all those students whose admit photocopies of the admit cards were recovered by the Patna police, so that they can interrogate and examine it thoroughly. But they have not yet provided it. Back to you.
Well, in fact, the proof is now out. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who are basically questioning whether at all there is any evidence of paper leak, Senior Editor Prakash is right at that very spot. Let me just try and recap for all our viewers who are tuning in right now. Now, this is the very location from where Prakash is currently broadcasting. The very school where students were taken on 4th of May. This was in the evening, where about 20 to 25 students were taken to this school by this particular gang that was operating. They had given the question paper, carried out a rote learning, and the very next day they appeared for the examination. It turns out, in the investigation that has been carried so far, they have admitted that it is the same question paper that was shown to them on 4th evening. On 5th of May, this was the question paper that was given to them. Now, what you see on your screens are burnt question papers, the booklet that was found from the very school where Prakash is coming to us live. In fact, this question paper has a registered serial number. Let me once again go back to Prakash as we get that evidence that we've been talking about. Remember, the students here in the national capital have been raising this very issue before the education minister, that there are allegations of paper leak, and not just in one state. There is the other state from Gujarat where this allegation has also come in. Prakash, I'll come back to you. For those who have been saying that there is no evidence of paper leak, it turns out that there are big takeaways from the investigation that has been carried out. One, burnt question paper. Two, students themselves have admitted that it was the same question paper that was shown to them on the 4th of May.
Exactly, Sawan. These are the important points. One is the burnt question paper. Second, students confessing that the same set of question papers were given to them a day before, and the same set of question papers they solved on the day of the examination. It was the photocopy of the admit card which provided ample evidence to the Patna police, and on the basis of the admit card of Ayush Raj bearing roll number which is written there, it was the Patna police reached out to that particular school in the DAB BACB in Patna in Sastri Nagar and asked the particular center superintendent as well as the school principal that is this boy appearing the exam. Then the center superintendent later on confirmed that this boy Ayush Raj is appearing in room number 28. And then the Patna police got hold of Ayush Raj and interrogated Ayush Raj, and he confessed that yes, he along with a set of few friends were taken a day before the exam to this particular school, which is the Learn Play School and the Learn Boys Hostel, and this particular school and in the room in which this gentleman gave us the sound bite, and they were asked to cram and mug up the entire set of question answers, and the next day the same set of questions appeared. So what else proof does the NTO, the government of India, or even Dharmendra Pradhan needs, or even the Supreme Court requires to cancel the exam? Because it's a confessional statement on the day of the examination by the Patna police, and the Patna police has also, and the EOU of the Bihar wing has also written to the NTA several times, and we've got evidence from the NTA, in fact the release which we broke yesterday, saying that despite repeated and multiple reminders, they have not been sending the residential address, the postal address, mobile number or father's name of the concerned students whose photocopied admit cards were recovered from the vehicle of Sikandar, Yadavendu and 3 others who were arrested on that day, so that they could interrogate further, they could corroborate further evidence and come down to the conclusion. But it's ample proof that it's a matter of question leak, and which the NTA, neither the government of India or Supreme Court has now said that only 1563 students would appear. But it's a case of question paper leak trail throughout the country.
In fact, we'll also play out that response that came in from the Education Minister, Prakash, because this question was asked to him multiple times. In fact, they still maintain that there is no evidence of paper leak, and the fact that the retest will be carried out without even looking into some of these basic allegations that have been leveled, starting with paper leak. Then there has been an inordinate delay as far as starting the examinations are concerned. There are various centers where such reports have actually come in, Prakash. So let's also play out that first reaction coming in from the Education Minister, who spoke a short while back, once again insisting that there is no evidence of paper leak. But my colleague and our senior editor Prakash has got us visual proof of how a registered serial numbered question paper of the NEET examination was already distributed, rather leaked, a night before. At least about 25 to 30 students were taken to this particular school from where Prakash is joining us live. This is the very place where the question paper was burnt, and it turns out that the police has now recovered the same very booklet. Let's first listen in to what the Education Minister had to say, and then we'll come back to Prakash, and also we'll get to the other story coming in from the state of Gujarat. There too, remember, arrests have taken place. In Patna, 13 arrests have already taken place. It turns out that the Solvers gang has been intercepted by Patna police. A similar modus operandi has also been adopted by a gang in Gujarat. There too, allegations of paper leak has now emerged. We'll take you through the details coming in from the state of Gujarat. But before that, first listen in to what the Education Minister had to say. We'll try and play that out in a short while from now, but first, a quick recap of what we know so far. Number one, with regards to these images that you see on your screens right now, these are images of burnt NEET examination question paper. And this is exactly what the students, NEET aspirants here in the national capital, have been arguing all this while, saying that retest of about 1,500 students is not good enough, because that does not really solve the problem. The reality is this, that there are several NEET aspirants who have been at a disadvantage simply because the question paper was already leaked. And secondly, of course, the grace marks that were given to a few have actually resulted in a situation where some have actually been at a loss.
मैं कुछ विद्यार्थी आज हमें मिलना चाहे, मैं उनको बुलाया, उनकी पेरेंट्स भी आए थे, उनको भी मिला, मैंने उनकी पक्ष को भी सुना और मैं उनको आश्वस्त किया। सरकार प्रतिबद्ध है, सारे विद्यार्थियों के मन में ये निश्चित होनी चाहिए कि पारदर्शी प्रक्रिया अपनाई जाएगी। 24 लाख विद्यार्थी एप्लीकेंट थे, 23,33,000 विद्यार्थी परीक्षा दिए हैं। ये स्वाभाविक, जिनके मन में जो शंका आती है, कुछ विषय ध्यान में आई थी, 6 सेंटर की कुछ गड़बड़ियां ध्यान में थी, ग्रेस मार्क उनको समय कम मिलने के अभाव में जो एक फार्मूला को यूज करते हुए ग्रेस मार्क दिया गया, उसमें भी कुछ आपत्ति आई, उसको भी सुधारा गया। उनको पुनः परीक्षा देने की अनुमति सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कल ही दे दिया है। उनको सूचित कर दिया गया जो परीक्षा देना चाहते हैं वो आके परीक्षा भी दे सकते हैं। और एक दो जगह की कुछ अखबारों में और कुछ मीडिया में ध्यान में आई गड़बड़ियों का कुछ जानकारी है। ये सारा विषय इन दिनों में नीट को लेके 41 पिटीशन पड़ी है विभिन्न हाई कोर्ट्स में और सुप्रीम कोर्ट में। ये सारा विषय सुप्रीम कोर्ट की संज्ञान में है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी भारत सरकार को पक्ष किया है, एनटीए को भी पक्ष किया है। जितने सारे जानकारी हमारे पास रहेगी तब तक हम पारदर्शी तरीके से आदरणीय कोर्ट के सामने रखेंगे और कोर्ट की फैसला हम जैसे कल एक समाधान निकला कि नहीं इस प्रकार के लोगों को रीटेस्ट का अनुमति दे दिया जाए, कोर्ट जैसे कहेगा वैसे किया जाएगा। मैं सरकार की ओर से सारा विद्यार्थियों को आश्वस्त करता हूं पारदर्शी तरीका अपनाई जाएगी, कोई घबराने के कारण नहीं है। परीक्षा अच्छी हुई है, एक दो जाकी घटना संज्ञान में आई है, उसमें भी जो इंक्वायरी चल रही है जो कोर्ट की संज्ञान में रहेगा, जो कोर्ट कहेगा ऐसे कर लिया जाएगा।
Getting in some more details right now of the security review meeting that was chaired by Home Minister Amit Shah. Present in the meeting, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, Army Chief as well as IB Chief and RAW Chief are also present there. Paramilitary forces have also been brought in. Remember, in just about 4 days, there have been 4 terror attacks that have taken place in Jammu and Kashmir. In fact, as we speak, there is a search operation that is being carried out in Naushera area. This after terrorists were spotted by the security forces. Remember, the Prime Minister, just before heading to Italy, also chaired another security meeting in which we are given to understand a detailed briefing was given to the Prime Minister by the National Security Advisor with regards to the security grid that has been put in place. One of the bigger challenges that the security forces face at this point in time is with regards to the infiltration that has taken place in Poonch Rajouri district. Let me bring in my colleague, our executive editor, Aishwarya Kapoor, who's joining us on this broadcast. Aishwarya, bring us up to speed with regards to the security review meeting that is underway.
Well, absolutely. At this point, being told that another meeting, Shravan, has been called in by the Home Minister on the 16th, and you're going to have the NSA, the Army Chief, the IB Chief, RAW Chief, and the respective DGs of paramilitary forces, apart from senior PMO officials, are going to be present. Not only the review of the JNK security apparatus, but also the upcoming Amarnath Yatra. You understand that how important it is for the Government of India and for the people of this country, and that's why the Home Minister calling this meeting today, and then calling a larger meeting in which, I repeat, the Army Chief, the NSA, the IB Chief, all the top officials will be present in that meeting that's being called on the 16th, which will review the Amarnath Yatra security preparations as well.
Just a quick question before I let you go, Aishwarya, because it turns out that the government essentially mulling at this point in time certain changes as far as the security grid in Jammu is concerned, particularly keeping in mind that the Rashtriya Rifles has already been moved out. At least some columns of the Rashtriya Rifles has been moved out to Ladakh area. Is that under consideration at this point in time? We'll try and reconnect with Aishwarya in a short while from now. The meeting essentially comes just ahead of the Amarnath Yatra. We'll get you more details as we slip into a short break.